Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Guardians of Haven. I hope you enjoyed the new theme music. If you're coming from YouTube, we did release a YouTube video that is just the soundtrack. It's in the Guardians of Haven playlist. It premiered at 8:30 tonight, so we'll see if there's other people listening to it when the stream's over. Um, but so far this evening, our heroes have had a week of downtime within Starhaven, where they did a number of different activities. Aelin was working alongside her Trinity alter ego to um, to help the strays of Starhaven with acquiring supplies, acquiring things they need, and punishing the people who are trying to game the system, which I think is super important. I didn't mention this earlier, but I do want to give Andy a hero point for that.
Yay.
Flynn got together some forged papers for the Moon twins so that they could start to pass through society a little more easily rather than being just exiled royals with no IDs to speak of, and as well as some contact lenses and other things to make some rudimentary disguises. And he went on a date with the lovely Corporal Lance in Tillix and gave him a nice kiss goodnight when he left, which was very sweet, earning a new contact. Chimera attempted to learn some more about the other Chimera units that Watson referenced, to little success, but Chimera was able to get a name, at least, of a Basis Tilrin, who's posted a number of different articles about the dangers of working alongside preserver robots that they don't know very much about. Alara spent some time working with Watson, trying to figure out the star chart, trying to figure out Watson's whole deal, and trying to hack into the hard drives while avoiding Farsighter contact. Ursa snuck out to go seek Farsighter contact to see what they were up to, inquire some rumors about her long lost love, Eric, and she found out that the Farsighter commandos are working alongside the Engineering Guild in the East Wing to clean up the place. Suspicious. The heroes reconvened, and they decided that their next point of interest would be to attend this Preserver Studies mixer being held at Quasar Industries. A number of them were able to acquire invitations. Aelin began staking out the Farsighter HQ in Starhaven to begin planning some kind of operation there. And our heroes are reconvening at the Marion to get ready to depart for the mixer. That's where we're going to pick things up. Also, Alara and Ursa have surprise dates.
More so Ursa than Alara.
Neither of us want to be here.
And Alara, I'm going to assume that you worked out a location for Ogress to meet you. Is there a particular place you want him to pick you up?
I was thinking the apartment, but it could just be somewhere that's within walking distance of the actual venue.
Yes, sister, let's tell him where we live.
Oh, he's harmless. Just, I mean, don't go into his head. But other than that,
Men are not harmless.
I know. Look, we'll meet him somewhere else. I promise it's just for tonight. We just needed a way in, and I couldn't think of anything else.
Yes. I'm not mad at you. I just don't want to go with this little man.
Well, if it's that terrible, then I don't know. We'll think of something. It'll just get us in, and if we have to deal with another problem afterwards. Oh, come on, you do impulsive things all the time. Well, I can't be impulsive once.
I'm the impulsive one. That's my whole thing.
Yeah, Wiki gets it. Also, I'm glad you guys like the music at home.
Hey, Chimera, here's a ticket.
Are these required?
Yes.
Very well.
Aelin, here's a ticket.
You appreciate the offer.
Now, just make sure that you go in as you are now, as opposed to. You only have one ticket, not three. So
Captain, how did you get 3 tickets?
I, I, I asked around.
Did you have trouble procuring tickets, Alara? What were
Apparently,
two of
the
you
dates
speak?
are the only ways to get tickets.
Oh, I went to talk.
Aylin's gonna raise both of her eyebrows are gonna kind of raise at that. And dates.
Yes, well, I am a +1 of a friend, and Ursa is a +1 of a friend of a friend.
Otherwise known as a random man.
I believe the Earth Customs says it's a blind date.
We see. Wow. She's gonna look at Alara and like incline her head. Good for you. And she's gonna look at Ursa and go, and the look on her face is like, I'm so sorry.
What do we even wear to this?
That's a good question. What is everybody going to wear to the party?
Well, what is the dress code?
Starhaven formal.
What does that mean?
Yes.
It means
What is-
means that we know you don't have a lot of clothes, but wear something nice and clean.
Mean, you say?
clean.
Looks at things all on the ground.
Well, if that's the way that's set up, Aelin will probably go back, change into instead of the jacket, the kind of the more utilitarian jacket. She probably finds a black, slim fitted jacket. She changes into a pair of black slacks, and probably keeps the shirt, but just so a little bit more formal in the fact that the jacket and the pants look a little bit cleaner, a little bit nicer. They're a little bit less utilitarian. Clothing optional for only one in the party. Wiki.
And we're making him wear clothes.
Yeah, Chimera, what are you wearing?
I mean, unless someone says something to him about it, he is not intending to wear anything. If they've mentioned out loud the need to be inconspicuous, he will try to find some sort of hooded cloak.
I bet Flynn has a cape closet on this ship.
Yes.
Welcome to my cape closet. It's not a conveyor.
This cape closet's bigger than Alara's apartment.
Most things are.
The bigger than a laundry chute.
And Flynn, what are you wearing?
Flynn is wearing something similar to his current outfit, but it's black slacks, breeches, black knee-high boots. These are a lot more formal looking than the ones you see him running around in. He's wearing the vest, a very similar vest, but it's actually black velvet texture and suede, and the shirt is very much white. But the biggest piece is the cloak. He's wearing a very similar cut, but it's black on the outside and sapphire blue on the lining, with a sapphire blue lining, which matches his eyes. And the hat. He's keeping the hat on.
And the twins.
Ursa is just wearing like a very flowy black dress. It's very loose. It's not form-fitting at all. It just sort of like you pull over the shoulders and it just falls. And it just sort of, it's like a high neck. So it's really not revealing anything of her body type or anything like that. And then she's used to, like, almost knitting needle type things to pull her hair up into a high ponytail. And she's wearing her contacts.
And Alara.
I imagine something fairly similar to Ursa. Definitely got the disguise stuff as well. The dress might be a bit probably not the same kind of cut. I mean, I think she'd want like, I mean, I don't even know what she would have. It would be based on like what's available to her here, I guess. So probably not the same sort of fit, but maybe like a similar looking dress at least.
Excellent. So the three who are not going on a combined date, you are all free to make your way towards the or towards Quasar Industries, where the mixer is being held. Alara and Ursa, you make your way to the rendezvous point, and you see this Drick guy, Gruck. He rolls up in this sort of almost like a 1950s style car that's been modified into a speeder. It's sort of a very loud cherry red convertible that he's rolled up in. He's wearing a buttoned up shirt with a collar that looks more like a bowling shirt than a dress shirt. He's got black jeans and bowling shoes that he's wearing. And Ursa, he pops up and he says, "Hey, I hope you don't mind, but I asked a couple of folks what you should get a nice far-sighted chick on a first date," and he holds up a shiny blue moon rose.
Thank you. And your name is?
I'm Gruck.
Ursa.
It's nice to meet you, Ursa. Do you want to sit in the front?
I suppose. She'll give Alara a look and she'll get in the car. At least he got me a flower. That's very
And
good.
Ogress is not wearing any clothes. He's a chillaxin, but he does have a sort of a studded collar that he's put on that's got a couple of different gemstones in it, and he's definitely moosed his fur. It's very slick, very well put together in its own way. He's got a bit of a mostly orange fur, but it sort of tapers into a silver blonde in the center of his chest down. And he will open the door in the back for you, Alara.
Thank you. And she will get in and sit down in the car, I guess.
I hope you don't mind, but Gruck drives a little fast.
I don't mind going a little fast.
Before you can respond, the speeder convertible roars to life up into the air of Starhaven. And you guys go whipping through a number of different buildings, making your way towards Quasar Industries. And Gruck will press the button on the radio, his goblin ears sort of flapping in the wind, and start playing sort of space rockabilly music.
Oh, okay. I was going to ask what stations they're getting all the way out here. But I suppose if it takes that much time for signals to come in from Earth, then...
It does sound like it might be Starhaven native music, but yes.
Oh.
It's space rockabilly music.
Oh, okay.
Insert CRTM.
Rockabilly with sense.
And all of you, through the power of plot convenience, arrive at Quasar Industries around the same time. It's a very large concrete building in the central district. It's kind of got a large neon blue sign that says Quasar Industries on the front of it. The neon scrolls up and down, illuminating the letters. You do see there's a couple of other cars that are parked out front. There's a man who seems to be performing valet service. And there's a bunch of mostly academic-looking folks exiting their cars and making their way inside. Everybody seems to be in a generally chipper mood, very happy to be here and be talking about something that's of interest to them. This doesn't look like it's a regular event. Aelin, Chimera, and Flynn, how are you making your way to Quasar Industries?
Aelin has both of her arms locked with Flynn on her right and Chimera on her left, and they're just kind of wandering straight up to the. She's guiding them directly to the entrance.
Awesome. You make your way up. You present your invitations, and you are ushered on in. Gruck brings the car to a roaring stop in front of the valet, who jumps out of the way before he gets hit. And he takes the keys out of the ignition and throws them over his shoulder without looking. He says, "Don't scratch her. Make sure she comes back in one piece."
Oh yes, being rude to the service people, what an impressive personality trait, Alara.
Alara is going to mentally communicate to Ursa. Okay, we'll just ditch them as soon as we can.
And Gruck scampers along really quickly, the sound of his bare feet patting against the concrete as he runs over to try to open Ursa's door.
And Ursa stands up. Ursa's 5'10".
Gruck is
So
2'6".
Gruck is literally like half of his cover height. Oh god. Well, let's make our way in then.
He puts his hand up so he can hold your hand while you walk in.
Mandalorian and child.
Pretty much. She'll take his hand, but she'll mentally communicate with Alara. Be like, I hate you.
I'm sorry, he seemed nice before.
And yeah, Ogress will open the other door and escort Alara out. And he'll sort of mouth, "I'm sorry," to the valet as you guys are making your way up.
He's the nice one.
And everybody heads into the mixer, which is this sort of taking place within the lobby of Quasar Industries, which is sort of this lovely open marble space. There's a couple of different reception desks up front that usually uses the check-in point for the business, but there's a recessed area behind that that leads down into this black marble display floor. There's a couple of elevators on either side of the building, on either walls away from the this recessed area, but there are a number, you're guessing probably 20 or 30 people sort of chilling, mixing around. There's a couple of large hovering display cases that have been erected showing a number of different preserver pieces that have been recovered. You see a couple of dormant robots sort of looking around. One robot looks a little bit like Watson with legs. You can see that there's a handheld or a hand-sized glass pyramid pulsing with red energy. And at the far end of the room, there's a holographic, looks like a circle that you can step into and experience something, like a VR, virtual reality walkthrough. It's a little hard to tell what it is over there. You can see there's a number of people mixing around, including who some of you recognize as Solo Takashi, sort of this very tall, thin young man with spiked black hair, wearing a human tuxedo that you've seen at fancy events when you were staying on Earth. Next to him is a woman in a long black lab coat who's got sort of a tall conical head. She's got glasses on. She's got this deep mottled orange skin. And she is sort of a resting bitch face expression. And there's just a whole bunch of people here. You see humans, you see aliens, you see all sorts of folks around.
Well, Captain, shall we mingle?
A tuxedo in the style that humans wear. Chat. I'm gonna wear some of you as a human tuxedo next time I see you.
Should really go say hello to our host for this evening. Just keep a close eye on our friend.
We shall not let him out of our sight. Come
I'll make
along,
my-
Chimera.
I'll make my way on over to
Mistress.
our host.
Flynn, you make your way over to Solo, and Wiki, if it was in my power, I'd give you a hero point tomorrow. She says it puts the lotion on its tuxedo or it gets the Sophie again.
Wow.
Too soon.
Too soon.
It's weird, Sophie's here at this museum gala.
Oh, that's Karen.
She's a preserver.
Surprise. So Flynn, you make your way up. You are met by a beautiful young human woman dressed in sort of a black cocktail waitress dress, holding a tray of hors d'oeuvres and drinks that she will offer to you as you make your way across the room.
By all means, I will take the drink and
We hope you have a wonderful time this evening. It is our prime directive.
it's not Mr. Reno.
And she'll putter off to go help somebody else. But Flynn, as you make your way, Solo notices you coming from across the room, and he just has this very amused grin on his face. And as you approach, he says, "I didn't think I would see a pirate here tonight."
Oh, yeah. I have a long-standing interest in Earth and Earth customs, and long-standing interest in preserver tech. So,
Hey, I respect the game, buddy. I had a cultural interest that influenced my previous occupation. Are you enjoying the
as
party?
the anime schoolgirl robot goes by in the background?
You enjoying the party?
so far, yes, it's very lovely.
Tell me, what is your interest in preserver reclamation?
More than a few. I've stumbled across more than a few pieces of it here and there, and it's either been very benign or very dangerous, and nowhere in between.
Yeah, it is very. It's very precarious technology. It's very fascinating to have the chance to work with it here on Starhaven.
Given how it seems to be pretty prevalent in our small little neck of space.
Yeah, Daedalus was wise to reach out to me and entrust me with the integration of this technology. With all you fine folks here, now that you're living here full time. Where do you see this technology going in the next couple of years?
Depending on what we're able to find and what we can, it should definitely help us expand the area, turn this into a larger port city, definitely set up some defenses. A lot of what Earth has is not nearly the same caliber as what's available to the StarCon and his brood.
Yeah, trust me, I know. I'm really hoping that Aegis and their friends aren't just using us as like a tank trap or a speed bump for StarCon when he comes rolling into the neighborhood.
I'm also a little bit of an entrepreneur myself. I just recently relocated to Starhaven. I have a courier business that is familiar with the sector of space.
You're the captain that came in earlier looking for invitations, right?
I am.
I had no idea you were going to be a pirate when you showed up. I do have something that I could use a skilled crew's assistance with. Why don't you get some of your friends and meet me over here by the display in a couple of minutes?
Certainly.
The orange alien beside him sort of gives him a disapproving look. It says, "We already talked to the Senate about it, and they won't approve that job." I don't think our friend here cares what the Senate approves and doesn't approve. He sort of looks at you.
Well, there's jobs and there's personal favors and helping out friends. I just gotta smile when I say that.
Solo looks at you. He gets this big shit-eating grin on his face and looks back at Mimzo. See? He gets it.
So,
And she'll sort of leave in a huff. He says, I'll meet you over there in just a couple of minutes. What are the rest of you doing?
Aelin is wandering around, probably stopping in specific areas next to preserver tech and listening into people's conversations as surreptitiously as possible, all while keeping an arm wrapped around Chimera and leaning in every now and again to double check with him and see what he's observing from his thing. And I would hope comparing notes with him about what they're getting from this place thus far.
I would like both of you to make perception checks for me.
Perception.
I'll go ahead and spend a hero point because I don't like a 3. There we go. 28.
10 is pretty terrible, but I'm guessing Chimera's social graces, that's probably pretty accurate.
That's fair. Chimera, you're sort of looking around. You're a little on edge. You're not sure
Really?
why. There's something in the deep black recesses of your weird brain that is just it's a little on alert. It's a little pricked up.
Do I find that unusual that I'm having an emotional response? Because that doesn't seem...
You do find that unusual, and you don't think it's a emotional response from your brain. You think it may be from whatever programming you have, or whatever might be riding along with you. It almost feels like you're feeling somebody else's uncomfortableness. Aelin, with a 28, you're sort of dropping eaves as you're moving around, and a lot of people are impressed with the technology that Solo has brought back. There's a couple of people who are asking about the legitimacy of this business, why it's being led by a human instead of by one of the resident aliens of Starhaven. And you see a couple of folks who are keeping mostly to themselves, except for occasionally venturing out to talk to somebody who's by themselves. It looks like there's a tall, gray-skinned alien wearing the sort of ornamental white robe, who is standing by himself in the far corner, and he has a couple of acolytes with him, also dressed in white, who approach individual people around the party and ask them to come over and talk to them. Talk to the guy in the corner.
Okay. When Aelin notices that, she's going to squeeze Chimera's arm and lean in next to him and say, "We think you should go find the captain. We have found a mark that we wish to talk to, but they only seem interested in individuals. And as a couple, we draw too much attention, or too little."
I seem to be distracted currently, so I will bow to your wisdom in this matter.
Please inform the captain of what I am attempting.
Yes,
Lest something untoward happen to us. And she'll let go of his arm, kind of saunter off, probably find one of the robots offering the drinks and the hors d'oeuvres, and then find herself in front of a specific piece that no one seems to be really around. Just kind of observe it for a bit.
As you're observing it for a bit, sort of standing off by yourself, you do see one of the two people who's with the tall man in the robes walks up. She's sort of a light-skinned lore. with long, sort of platinum blonde hair, dressed in this white. Um, it's not quite a robe like he's wearing. It's more like a white tunic mixed with a skirt, and she's covered in sort of these dangling silver platinum bracelets and rings. She says, "Sugar, are you here all by yourself?"
Presently we are, though we are never alone.
Oh yeah, I think I heard about you. You're an Arcanthian, correct?
She'll incline her head.
That is fascinating. You are just one of the Chrysalis's beautiful children. What's your interest in preserver technology?
Well, we live in remnants. We would like to keep living. Therefore, we would like to understand how it is that we continue to live.
You see, and
If you-
that is the fundamental flaw with a lot of the people here at this fine establishment. We're trying to understand the divine gift that we have been given by the preservers. This is not a science experiment for us to dissect. It is a miracle. And as a miracle yourself, I'm sure you can understand.
We can see varying viewpoints.
Well, if you would like to better understand the divine significance of what we are doing here in Starhaven, I have an associate here who I think you would do very well to meet with.
We are intrigued.
Intrigued is good. Having an open mind is a good thing. A lot of the folks here, they don't quite have that sort of strength of character to be willing to hear out a different viewpoint.
We are always of various minds ourselves. So, we are not accustomed to fixating on one viewpoint.
Well, why don't you can either come and talk to him now, or if you'd prefer, we are having a little get together in the next couple of days, if you'd be of interest of that instead.
We would like to explore this exhibit a bit more, we think. But we may take you up on the other offer, if that is amenable.
Yeah, certainly, certainly. And she kind of she reaches into her bag and she pulls out an actual paper flyer that she hands to you, and it has it has sort of this glowing silver icon on it that almost looks like a you think it looks similar to like a caterpillar's chrysalis, sort of this contained shell in the middle that is glowing with this golden platinum light. And it says, the children of Chrysalis formally invite you to attend a forum of ideas. And it's got a location and a date on it.
Aelin will incline her head. We thank you. We wonder how you acquired such a quaint invitation.
The bounties of the Chrysalis are manyfold, good friend.
We thank you for your time this evening.
Oh no, thank you. You have a great rest of your night, and bless your heart.
And as she walks away, Aelin kind of stops, and you see her kind of go still for a moment, and in her head, we don't trust her. Well, we could see what they know. We don't trust her. We have to check with the rest of our makeshift family. See what they think. We will not do this alone. We are in agreement. Yes, we agree. And she'll kind of snap back to her senses in like a second. And she'll go wander, trying to find Flynn and the rest of the crew.
Excellent. Ursa and Alara, what are you up to?
Ursa is trying to talk to Gruck and see if he knows anything about preserver technology while also trying to sort of like look around and see if there's anything suspect going on.
Give me a perception check. Gruck will say, "Well, I'm a bit of an amateur when it comes to this preserver stuff. Ogris is really the guy who knows all of his stuff, but I really like this stuff. It's fascinating. Being around something that's 50,000 years old or whatever, it's a lot when you're like 3.
Is that how old you are?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, Gruck, or sorry, Gruck. Are there drinks here?
Yeah. You want one?
That would be wonderful.
Yeah, I'll see if I can go flag down one of those skirts with the trays.
Thank you.
Don't go nowhere. And he sort of gives you finger guns and he'll run away to go get you a drink.
She'll finger gun back.
Ursa, you do see over in the corner of the room, sort of taking in a couple of the different displays, is a tall, muscular human dressed in a very nice suit, sort of short, dark hair, a nicely trimmed black beard, and he seems to be moving around a couple of the different displays, looking sort of. You notice he's not really looking at the displays more than he's looking at you.
She'll sort of almost like shift so that she looks very innocent. She'll sort of widen her eyes a little bit. Sort of, her hair is pulled back, but sort of like pull it over her shoulder and start messing with it and just almost try to look lost.
He will smile a little bit to himself and he'll head over. And he sort of has this very deep, resonant Paul McNeil voice. And he says, "I couldn't help but notice you over here with your companion."
Oh, sir, he's very kind. I don't know if he's for me.
Doesn't take a genius to notice that you're not comfortable. What are you doing here at this mixer? I don't think I've seen you here before.
Oh, I'm just so interested in the technology.
It is fascinating, isn't it?
Do you come here a lot?
Yes. I consult with Mr. Takashi upon occasion when it comes to making this technology safe for people.
Oh, you must be very important. And she'll sort of blush and like look away.
No, I'm actually a school teacher, if you could believe it.
How kind of you.
I don't know about kind, it pays the bills. Valerius is my name. Valerius Cornu.
I'm Ursa. What would... Oh, I'm almost embarrassed to ask. Would you be able to give me a tour, maybe?
It'd be my pleasure, Miss Ursa. And he'll offer his arm.
She'll take it and feel a little bit bad about Greg.
He says, "How long have you been here on Starhaven?"
Not very. I'm just really getting to know the planet. Right. Well, planet.
No, I know what you mean. I've only been here for about a month. I'm a lore displaced from my homeworld, and I've been I was on Earth for a while, and then I heard they were looking for professors for the academy, and I volunteered, and they moved me in about a month ago.
That's exciting.
It's been an adjustment, that's for sure. And he kind of leads you through a number of the different displays, and he talks a little bit about what each of them are. And he sort of, you notice he's trying to get you to sort of lead the conversation. He's opening a lot of room for questions, and he seems very interested in what you have to say.
What exactly do you teach then?
I'm a professor of soul system history. It was a point of interest on my homeworld for some of the lore. We've received a couple of superhero visitors over the decades, and they have the best TV shows.
He'll let out a big laugh, like he's funny.
He says I am familiar with Earth and with Luna, and Europa has been it's been an experiment for sure.
Oh, I'm sure. Yes.
What about
She'll
you?
keep looking around.
What have you been doing in the time you've been here?
Oh, just trying to, like you said, make money, pay the bills.
Yeah, it's refreshing having something that we own again after so long of being refugees.
Yes, I suppose I agree.
And you're here with your sister, I see?
Yes. Why?
Oh, just curiosity. I'd ask if you were twins, but one of you is clearly more beautiful than the other.
Yes, she is.
I wasn't talking about her.
Mm-hmm. Well, do you come up to women like this often?
No, I'm embarrassed to admit. I've really been focused on my studies while I've been here, and I've been alone a lot.
I'm sorry, that was Cat, not. Poor you. You must be desperate for companionship coming up to someone like me. She'll sort of bat her eyes.
He says desperate's not a word I would use for it. Foolhardy, maybe. Courageous. Willing to be shot down.
Is there anything else that you know about all this technology, or about even the man who... What did you say his name was?
Oh, Mr. Takashi?
Takashi, yes. Is he nice?
Oh, he's fine. He has a bit of a criminal history back on Earth, but he's trying to make a better start for himself, like a lot of people here. I hear he was handpicked by Daedalus for this job.
Oh. Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah. Give me an insight check, Ursa.
Not like David. 17.
He does not seem pleased to be talking about Daedalus.
However, Daedalus is not the best guy, in my opinion.
I've been waiting for somebody
If I
to
may
say
be
that.
so bold, I'm so sorry.
No, I've been waiting for someone to say that for quite some time.
You agree?
I don't like the idea of an Earthling coming up here and trying to solve all of our problems with his magic space rock.
You are too right. He should just stay on Earth where he belongs. Where is Daedalus, anyway?
Nobody's seen him for about a month.
Hmm.
He's missing.
As it should be, honestly. Hope he stays that way.
You can only hope. I hear he was following a lead about a magic rock of some kind.
A magic rock.
Half of a magic rock. Something that went missing a couple of months ago.
Do you know what his lead was? Where could he possibly be?
I've been trying to figure that out, but nobody seems to have any ideas. Best I can find is that he's been working in an official capacity for the Prime Consul. But she won't take a meeting with a school teacher.
I see. Are there people like walking around with drinks?
Yes. You
She's
do
gonna
see,
grab-
you do see Gruck grab a couple of drinks off of one of the serving trays, and he looks at you and he throws the drinks on the ground and walks away.
Oh no! She'll grab a drink off of an oncoming like tray, and then as she goes to drink it, she'll spill a little bit on herself and be like, "Oh no, clumsy me. Do you mind if I run to the bathroom?
No, not at all.
I'll be right back." And then she'll go into the bathroom and be like, "Ugh." And she'll send like a mind link to Alara, whatever the freak Alara is doing right now, and be like, "Come to the bathroom, please."
Meanwhile, a few moments ago with Alara,
So Alara is making her way around. She does want to stop and visit all of this place. She does have like a genuine interest in this sort of thing, and I'm sure Ogress is good for conversation about it. But while doing that, she is also keeping an eye out for Zoth specifically, just in case he does show up here.
give me a perception check.
Oh wow. Sure, I'll take it. 24.
Well, I've got good news and I've got bad news.
Oh no.
The good news is, Ogress is very good conversation for this sort of thing, and he is following your lead. He's asking you a lot of probing questions and trying to show you that he's interested in your ideas about this stuff. He seems to be deferring to your superior intellect. And he's making sure that you eat and drink because you're quite talkative and distracted when you get going on a topic that you're very passionate about.
This is true.
And he's kind of guiding you away from running into other people at the other displays and just being a general gentleman.
Yeah, because she's like looking over her shoulder at him as she's talking and walking and talking, and then probably nearly careening into people.
The bad news is Zoth is here. You do see him standing over next to the holographic projector thing, with his arms behind his back, dressed in a dress military uniform, very well put together. A lot of glittering chrome and metals pinned to his breast. Very shiny white boots, with his dark blue skin and purple beard and hair, and glowing red eyes. And he seems to be speaking to a couple of different people around the mixer. Although he doesn't seem to have anybody else around, it seems like he's the only Farsighter who has arrived at this event.
That being the case, Alara will have been probably going in that direction and then say, perhaps we'll check that display later. There was something over here that I wanted to get a look at.
I'm following you.
And she'll start going somewhere else, but be noticeably quieter, just occasionally glancing in that direction.
And Ogress will kind of look at you and say, did I do something wrong?
No, you've been charming all night. She is obviously fully distracted.
And he kind of looks
She's
over.
not-
He looks over your shoulder and looks at Zoth. And says, "Is that guy bothering you?"
No, no. No, he's fine. Just, I thought I recognized him from somewhere.
That's that moon Nazi that's been walking around Starhaven like he owns the place.
Yes, he has.
Do you need me to go talk to him? I'll straighten this out.
No. But are you familiar with him? I know you've been doing some work with the other Farsighters.
Yeah, I know he's a tool.
Certainly is.
He's a bad boss.
What has he done?
No, he just rides those commando guys so hard.
Yes, those guys. Well, what about them? Are they friendly? Do they have something going on tonight? Not many of them here.
I mean, they're friendly with one another, I guess, but they ain't real nice to the engineers. You know what I'm saying?
No, I figured.
They get results. They've been keeping the apartments cleared out, and they've been shooting all the robots that have been coming to attack us. But there's something off about them. They're weird.
Weird how?
Well, just like quiet and grumpy and very much like transaction based. You know, like they do something for us, we gotta do something for them. Like today, they asked us for a blasting robot.
Blasting robots.
Yeah, they're used for clearing rubble and like cutting holes in things that need holes cut in them. They're sort of like big welding robots that occasionally blow up if you shake them too hard.
And what could one do with something like that other than, I don't know, blast apart buildings?
That'd be the
Could
main
you-
thing. They got a welding laser that could cut a hole in the concrete around here.
So a useful weapon then.
Yeah, well, if you wanted to rob a bank, I guess that'd be okay. Not that I would ever rob a bank or anything like that. Except
What
maybe
if-
because that money's insured anyway.
Well, what if you wanted to rob a place like this one?
Like this one?
Yes, and you had one of those robots.
I mean, it'd help, but there ain't really anything on this floor that's worth stealing. They'd have to come to the front door or scale the side of the building.
Oh, what's on the other floors?
I don't know. It's kind of a big secret. They're all retrofitting technology in here and reverse engineering stuff. Could be all sorts of stuff up there in R&D.
More things that were found outside the city, or anything found inside the city?
Mostly stuff found inside the city. They don't make a lot of trips outside.
So, any old preserver technology that might have been lying around they could have picked up.
Yeah, and I mean that's the whole job is to pick up preserver technology and figure out what it does. And if it's dangerous.
And have the Farsighters taken any preserver technology they found other than the robots?
Not from any of the places I've been, but you hear stuff.
Okay. And you're sure there's nothing else you know about Zoth over there?
I know if he's making you uncomfortable, I'll go fold him like a pretzel.
I'm sure you would. He might fold back, actually. No, it's just, don't know. Just got a feeling off of him. Perhaps I just need some distance from him.
And that's when you get a ping from your sister saying, I need help in the bathroom.
The alarm signal.
Meanwhile, in the bathroom.
Maybe you could get us some drinks? I'm just going to go freshen up.
Yeah, whatever you need.
Okay. And she will probably go the long way around to wherever the washrooms are, avoiding Zoth as much as possible.
This is gonna go well. Flynn, Aelin, and Chimera. Meanwhile, at this point, you have reunited.
Okay, well, I mean, I guess I was going to alert Flynn to Aylin's plan, so I don't know if that affected.
Yeah, go ahead and bring it up to Flynn, and we'll see if it has any ramifications.
Captain, Mistress Aylin asked me to inform you that she was making an attempt to gain information from, and of course Chimera would remember the name, but Kevin does not. What's her face? Hello, help me out.
You wouldn't have
Interim.
been there. You wouldn't have been there for the name introduction. You would have just
How
probably
did
seen-
Aylin describe? What did you say?
I-
You need to tell Flynn.
It would have been the platinum blonde haired
Okay.
lore with the white tunic and skirt combination.
Okay. So
I
I
would
would
have
give
at
a
least
physical
pointed her out.
description. I would give a physical description then of the person that Aylin is using her charms on to try and gain more information. And she asked me to inform you of this right away.
Make a point of finding them in the crowd.
You do see them. It looks like the two acolytes have made their way back to the gentleman in the corner.
Yeah, and I would have just let him play out and let her have her conversation. And after she left, I would have pinged her on the communicators that need to meet up. The host would like to meet the crew.
We are on our way.
Do you ping everybody on the communicator that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I figured it probably hits the twins when they're in the restroom.
Yes. Ursa and Alara, what's going on in the bathroom?
What's going on in the bathroom, indeed?
In the room where it happens. Alara will head in, setting up the mental communique. What's wrong? Did you see Zoth as well?
No, but okay. So some person claiming he's a teacher, which I sort of believed him, but then also your voice is always in my head telling me that I'm wrong, so I'm not sure. And he was sort of probing into my past, so I'm not really sure what to do. But he's waiting for me outside the bathroom. And I also found out that Daedalus is missing now, and he was looking for a magic item, or at least half of one, which I think we might know what it is that he was looking for.
Yes.
And I think I might have offended Gruck as well.
Oh.
And I think that's it.
This man you were talking to, who is he? Did you get a name or anything?
Yes, I did. Alex.
Yes, his name is Valerius Cornu.
Valerius Cornu.
Not a name that I would recognize at all, right?
Nope.
Okay, just making sure.
He's quite handsome. It just I don't know.
But suspicious.
I think you would think so.
Do you want me to? She just like taps her head.
Yes.
Of course.
Would you like an introduction? She'll wink.
I'm sure we can work something out. Show me where he is, and I'll go in and see if there's anything we should worry about.
She'll link her arm with yours.
Yeah, she'll do the same. I did see Zoth over by one of the displays, so give that
That's
area a wide
terrifying.
berth.
Okay. Yes. All right.
Yes. Though Ogress is nice.
Oh. Really?
A bit eager, but you know.
I would not have pinged him as your type, sister.
I don't have a type. Just making the most of this situation. Come on. You've got some suspicious people to talk to.
Okay. And we'll head out of the bathroom.
And you do get a ping from Flynn at that point.
1 second, Sir Flynn.
Yeah, before we head over, just gonna real quick get a ping or a mind ping off this Valerius character.
Cool. Cool.
Enter my brain zone.
Sus.
Super sus.
You are not able to get into that bed of bag of weasels.
Which is more suspicious, really. So it's like a glance in his direction, probably from behind, and just that strange but familiar feeling of being pushed out. And she says, I couldn't make it in there. His mind's a bit
no.
strong.
Oh no, that's bad. Well,
It's-
I have to go say bye to him, or he's going to be suspicious.
If you get a few drinks in him, maybe I can try again later.
Okay. I'll try that, and then I'll meet you over with the crew.
I think perhaps I'll stick by you. And then we'll
Sounds
go
good.
see the crew together.
Sounds good.
Okay.
So, Valerius,
Oh, welcome
I
back,
ran into
Ursa.
my sister, and I wanted to introduce you. This is Alara.
It's my pleasure. A fellow academic, I gather.
Yes, somewhat. Not a teacher like you, but I do have an interest in the preservers.
He did say I'm the prettier twin, Alara.
Well, you
An
are.
accusation that I am afraid I must confirm is true.
Well, I mean, it's not it's not insulting or anything. If she's pretty, then technically so am I.
I was wondering if you'd like to have a drink, Valerius.
Certainly.
She'll grab 2 drinks off one of the trays. Give one to him.
And he will take it and he will begin drinking. He does sort of point over at the holographic display and he'll say, "It looks like Mr. Takashi is about to break down some information over there with that display."
Well, I suppose we should head over then.
Meanwhile, elsewhere in the mixer, the rest of the crew, you make your way over to Mr. Takashi, who is standing sort of eagerly waiting outside of this holographic display.
Good time now.
He says, "Captain Flynn, is this your crew?"
Are the twins there?
Not at the moment.
Just the 3 of us.
God held up.
This is part of my crew. The other 2 are currently occupied.
Well, I don't want to waste any more of your time, and I've got some more people I need to meet, so I'll just sort of talk you through this. If you all will step inside with me, and he sort of steps within the center of the holographic sphere.
I'll look at Chimera and then step inside.
Step inside.
Flynn's like, yeah,
Awesome.
steps in.
When you step in, you find that you are standing in the middle of a holographic display of what looks like an ancient preserver ruin somewhere in the steep crust of Europa's ice. It's sort of dripping with melting ice. There's a number of large displays all over the place, some beeping consoles and things, and you see there's a couple of frozen, it almost looks like organic beings, almost like ice mummies that are sort of tucked away in the fetal position in the back of this room. He says, "Last week, we uncovered this preserver site outside of the dome, using a couple of Daedalus' robots and some of my drone technology to do this recording. And that looks like a preserver mummy to me, and nobody's ever found an organic preserver anywhere in the history of the universe. I asked the Senate if they would be willing to fund an expedition to go forth and examine the area. And they denied me. They said it was a waste of resources with so much homeostasis stuff that we have to maintain here. I disagree. I think this could be the archaeological find of 10 lifetimes. And I'm looking for a crew that would be willing to go forward and investigate this site.
Look over at Chimera to see if there's any.
Does that jive? Does that jive with anything I know?
Give me an insight check, Chimera.
Okay. And also, am I still feeling the bizarrely emotional response that I was out in the other room?
That's what I'm asking for the insight check for.
Oh, okay. Spoiler alert. 11. You know what? It's 10 of 10. Let's go ahead and spend that hero point. And reroll the insight. Well, sure, I get that one nat 20 on the tech check, and now I'm just a wreck for the rest of the night. So that is a 20.
With a 20, that sort of steady uncomfortableness has bubbled up into barely contained rage, sort of screaming in the back of your head.
Okay, and I've never felt emotions before, so this is very bizarre.
Yes. And again, it's not so much that you're feeling this emotion, it's more like you're watching somebody who's having that emotion inside your head.
Am I aware that Captain Flynn is looking at me for a reaction of some type?
Yes.
But here we all are, right in close personal range. But you know what? Chimera has no filter. Captain, those answers provoke an intense rage. And sort of quirk an eyebrow as if to say, hopefully you know how ridiculous that sounds. So I don't know if you want like a... I don't know, perform's not really it. I'm not really trying to deceive. Well, I guess because I'm trying to pass it discreetly. You want a deception check?
I think it would be a deception check.
We found a skill uncovered. And there, really, wish I still had that hero point. Okay, so that was unsubtle. Or maybe that narratively is for the best. Who can say?
Yeah, Mr. Takashi sort of looks at Chimera with a cocked eyebrow. What's he talking about?
We are unsure ourselves. Chimera.
I'm not certain this is the proper venue for full disclosure.
Aelin will purse her lips. We defer to his judgment on that matter. If it is something of a nature he wishes to keep clandestine.
So you're interested in hiring us to go out, explore this ruins, bring back whatever that is. Anything else that you want to tell us about it?
I wish I knew more about it. It showed up on Daedalus's radar, and he was the one who forwarded me the information. But get this, he forwarded it to me last week, despite the fact that he's been missing for about a month.
That's interesting. Is there reimbursement for this endeavor?
Certainly. I could easily award you something like 10,000 credits.
Good to know. I do want to discuss it amongst my crew and fill in the other two potential other two crew members. Is it okay if we get in contact with them, let's say the next day or two?
Oh, certainly. And he'll pull out his smart com and he'll say, "I'll give you my number. Just text me whenever you come to some kind of consensus."
I mean, I don't want to take up too much of your time this evening. I know you have a lot of other guests that you need to see and attend to.
Yes, there's a rather droll Farsighter I need to go attend to.
Good to know.
Meanwhile, outside of the holographic dome, as the twins and Valerius are making their way over, Alara, you hear Ogress's voice sort of loudly over the crowd say, "Hey, you're making my girl uncomfortable. You got to get out of here."
Oh
No,
no.
no, 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 no.
He goes.
Oh, no.
He goes to put his hands on Zoth, and that's where we're going to end this week's session.
Oh my lord!
No!
No.
Don't! Oh, that's a bad idea.
So, thank you everybody for hanging out with us here tonight. I really appreciate you taking some time. I'm glad you all enjoyed the new theme music. I'm very excited about it. Yeah, that's gonna be a rough session next week.
That's a thing that's happening.
Yeah.
As far as news around the network, tomorrow night we'll be back with City of Destiny. Thursday we'll have a new blog post. Friday, all of our new episodes from YouTube will be uploaded to the website. And on Saturday, in Alex news, Wiki swears to the god of RPGs if I hurt that fuzzy man. On Saturday in Alex News, I will be leading the Mutants and Masterminds developer Patreon actual play. So if you're a member of the Mutants and Masterminds Patreon, you can sign up. You can sign up to be selected to play in that game with me. It's going to be a Project Freedom game with villain and anti-hero player character choices. And you guys are going to have to find and recover a nuclear submarine before the Atlanteans find out. It's probably going to be a good time, I hope. We'll see.
Arctic Fox is one of the possible player characters.
He is. So you can come and play Arctic Fox to my face and hurt my feelings if you're interested. I want to give everybody a chance to say goodbye and plug anything they want to plug, and then we'll get out of here, starting with Kevin.
Hey, it's been again, we're sort of, it feels weird to be with new characters after spending so long developing our last run, but hopefully you're enjoying the exploration of the final frontier with us, and we'll be back next week. Check out the other great shows on the channel, and yeah, that's it for me. Over to you, Jonesy.
Thanks for tuning in tonight. I have been Jonesy. I am playing Captain Flynn, and it's been so much fun. Other than that, I have nothing else going on the network currently, and all of my side projects and stuff are under NDA. So with that, I will turn it over to Kat.
Guys, thank you for watching. I do feel a little bit bad about Brooke, but it'll be okay. She has some, past trauma that dating is not a thing for her. So, I don't have anything to plug, but I hope you're enjoying the stream so far. I am. So I'll just go ahead and pass it to Andy.
Yep. Thanks everyone for hanging out with us tonight. I am enjoying creeping Wiki out with my take on Aelin, apparently. I hope it's not too bad for anybody else, but really having fun exploring this different character concept and sharing it with everyone that's watching. So I hope you're enjoying that. I will pass it over to Calvin.
Okay. Well, yeah, having a ton of fun with this game. Hopefully, this this cool, fun, fuzzy guy doesn't get atomized. Though he probably will. Also, still feeling out the character a bit. So hopefully, people are enjoying seeing that. But yeah, gonna be here next week playing this one character again. Also doing something else cool next week. Plus, just a few days away. which I don't know if we've spoken about yet, so I don't know what to say on it.
We talked about it last week. You could talk all about it.
Sure, okay. Well, I'm running Lancer next week on the 20th and 27th, doing a little bit of a one-shot. So really looking forward to doing that, and hopefully it turns out cool. I'm super duper nervous about it, but I will pretend not to be when I stream it. And also over on the With Dice channel, new podcast episode going up on Wednesday, do streams on Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. So come around if you want to see me be very busy.
Yay.
Awesome. Well, thank you again, everybody. We will be here again, same bat time, same bat channel next week. Thank you for tuning in, and make good choices. We'll see you next time.